Hey guys, and welcome back to Mashinky, where we are continuing work here at establishing our first kind of production of industry. We have a lot of lines set up now due to the last episode where we worked a lot of lines. We set up our first log to sawmill to workshop area, and that's progressing relatively nicely. As you can see, we have this very major central hub between Huddersfield and Blackburn. I'm also going ahead and building some roads now in between these. Not necessarily because you have to. I mean, really, there's not much of a point since there's no road vehicles. However, my hopes is I kind of want to test to see if the town kind of develops throughout the ages as we keep providing materials for it. And really, my hopes is that we can get this whole city to kind of overlap and interact with this area. And if we can do that, I mean, we can't do like road bridges or anything of such a nature, but it'll at least make it look like this is kind of the main central hub, and or just kind of have two stations in between these two areas, and then hopefully there'll be almost considered like one town. Huddersfield will be like a district, and then Blackburn will be another district of like a central location. Today, we are going to expand our operations from just simple timber and lumber here to actually start including some coal. And when we start including some coal, we'll hopefully be able to get even better terrains here for us, and hopefully some additional turnaround locations and things like that. As you can see, this is going to be a pretty busy area with all these logs coming in, and then this going out here for all of these. We need some proper turnaround areas as well, just to keep these trains from going backwards. Backwards is so much slower than going forwards, as you can probably tell. So let's go ahead and start on that. Now, right now, the main reason a lot of our trains are going backwards is because they kind of end here and then switch backwards. Same thing with our pedestrian lines. So I wouldn't mind upgrading the main line here, kind of cut around the mountainside a little bit, and then I guess start heading out this way. However, the main problem is we don't have a turnaround for this station, so we might want to actually include that with our plans. So we'll just have this come out a little ways more. All right, and we have plenty of money to burn, unlike Transport Fever, where we're kind of strapped for cash all the time. This one, it seems like I set up our initial route so well that money is basically not even an issue to consider right now. So we'll go ahead and split this mountainside a bit and just go ahead and set the main line to go up through here, which it will eventually anyways. You know, that is the goal. You can see he's gonna hit the end of the line. And let's go ahead and pause, because technically right about here I want to actually add a switch to allow some of these trains to start going back down this way. So we're going to get away from the track, and then we'll try and do a 180. Now you can see that mountainside really gets in our way here. I didn't mean to really build this. That's more or less to show you guys what we need to flatten out a little bit more, just a bit. And then we can have a turnaround for this little rail section. Just like that. And what you'll notice is that the train right here should automatically go ahead and start using that. There's no real reason not to. So if we go ahead and hit play, you can see he's going to go ahead and do this turnaround and then start heading back this way. Not only will that make these trains run faster, closer to their 70-mile-an-hour limit, but also just looks a little bit more believable. Having all these trains go backwards to me just looks a little weird. So something that I'm looking to fix in the long run. This workshop is pretty good. The only problem, again, it's going to need a turnaround type of thing as well. And to do that, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go ahead and just extend this out and do a loop and come back around through the other side. Actually, no, I don't want to do that either. might have to do just something a little bit more separate. So let's go ahead and wrap this around this way, and we'll get this to merge up with it. Okay, so they'll come up around, and then they'll just simply encircle this location here, and then remerge with the track just like that. And you can see that'll hopefully keep that flowing. For now, this is probably still a temporary fix that I'm not really overly excited about its solution. But to me, it's kind of the best fix that we got at this point. So let's add these and then this to make sure they don't go the wrong way. And we'll go ahead and add these splits here and here, just so we can try and keep traffic from just sitting in this area, causing a backflow. Now, what we're going to have to do to try and get some of these trains to flip around is we're going to have to tell them to just go to depot. Not because they really need to go to depot for any specific reason. They need to go to depot just so we can actually use them in the correct order. Same thing with this guy here. Go to depot. This guy facing the right way? He is. That's good. Anyone else running in reverse? Doesn't look like it. So that's starting to work out for us, and looking pretty good, I think. I'm gonna add a little extra signal right after these merges, so that if there is two trains here waiting, as soon as it passes this moment, it will kind of get released from these holding areas. You know, things like that kind of helps with traffic in the long run. We have our bypass going across Blackburn, and we have our bypass over here. So this area is getting a little complex with the track layout, but as you can see, we're not really having any problems with the actual traffic in general. We don't have any trains waiting yet to be re-released into the wild that is Mashinky. Oh wait, we have this train waiting here. What's it waiting for? I think we need to ignore next signal for this guy. And what I think it is this separation right there. Yeah, I think that's what it is. You need to have a lot of converging and diverging signals in a lot of these weird traffic pattern areas, because otherwise it'll start to think this piece of track is being interfered by this one, when it's not really the case a lot of the times, and that can just be a little annoying to see. It can cause a little bit of a traffic problem, but for now it looks like it's kind of straightened itself out, I think. So this guy, you're gonna go ahead and orders. Okay, start. You're fine. You're fine to send out. And then this guy too, you can go ahead and send out. And now they're going the right way. So we have a turnaround. No one should be, in theory, going backwards anymore at this point. Everything's flowing at full speed. So that little problem solved. We're good to go. Now we can start thinking about getting coal into the workshop to start producing coal tokens here. And we're gonna do wood and coal at this place here. They're not really, let's see, it's gonna accept both of these, and yeah, and coal. So let's go ahead and do that. Now what I'm kind of wanting to do, I don't know how complicated I want it to be. It would be easier to get to this location from the south, or at least the left side, because that's kind of how the station's set up. You guys, you can see it doesn't really have any north connections. It's only kind of westerly connections here. So a western kind of coal depot would be nice. But we're already pretty heavy on connections coming off of here. So what I can do, I think, is go ahead and just split this off like this. Just like that. And then same thing over here. Like that. We're gonna get this really wonky triangular intersection, and everything will just kind of split from this, depending on which direction they want to go. So we'll just do it all at the split areas and the converging areas for our signals, and then we should be fine. I know it looks a little silly to have so many signals, and I completely agree with you that it completely is. But this is sadly the best way to kind of get that to smoothly work. And really, I don't expect a heavy amount of traffic going up this way. It's really just to get to this coal and maybe another town. But really, we could get this connected all the way up across here and run almost parallel to the main line down south. Could be an option. Alright, let's go ahead and hook up some stations. So 6 and 6. So we will go ahead and upgrade these to have a waiting platform on one side and a freight platform on the other. Could be cool, right? And it looks like we're gonna have to just delete these tracks because, let's face it, that's not gonna be the right direction. Alright, there we go. So that's all hooked up. We'll go ahead and allow these to just go all the way through, like so. And we'll just have to do, I guess, another turn around to get up through here. So we can do that. Oh, no. Not what I wanted. Come on. Come on. Please do it. Oh, wow. No, that's returning to sender. So we'll have to give it a little bit extra room. And we'll have to, instead of going like a full half circle immediately, we'll have to go up an extra one. Because this half circle needs to go to the other track, yeah, just like that, and then continue the line going out there. All right, there we go. Then split the signal, and then combine them here. Have a wait there, and I will go ahead and split this one just to keep traffic flowing, and just like this, we will then now have the capability to haul coal from all the way up here near Kirkcaldy up, and we could even go to Kilmarnock. Split off a little section going off this way. We could also, in theory, connect it up to here. That could be a little bit faster of a route. Or if we want to keep traffic, well, we would be bypassing this heavy traffic area down there, which would be good. What's the hold up here with these lines? Why are they moving so slowly up through that way? It's they're just not bypassing quite what they need. Our logs not producing everything that we need at the rate that we'll probably need it as well. So that's something to look at here for later. But I am interested to get longer trains soon. I don't want to have too many trains. I just want longer singular trains, and I think that will work out better for us anyways. I mean, in theory, we could have, for example, all the logs and this sawmill. No, that's a sawmill, it's not a workshop. I think I'm thinking a little too hard. I could just ignore this coal completely and just go after this one. just keep it on the same route, right? Nah. Okay, let's get our new engine here. So we'll get a Baldwin. Actually, no, Porter. We'll stay with the Porter for now, and then we'll just get a whole bunch of these here. Orders will be simple. We're simply going to go pick up coal here, and then we're gonna drop it off at that workshop. So off you go. Train number 7. Go ahead and ride the coal route. Honk the horn a little bit. There we go. They added a little update to this today, and they added some new steel wagons, and they also added a hotkey for the whistle. So it's H for horn. So there you go. I'm still trying to figure out what my favorite view is. I really like the out the window view, but it kind of blocks half your screen. So, but this is just too limiting in sight. I almost wish I could look out a window and click on one of these and it just moves the camera closer. But that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and speed up time, just to let it happen. In the meantime, too, we'll go ahead and accept our rewards here for a lot of these things that we've kind of collected over time. And we're almost ready to go into the steam age. We'll go ahead and sacrifice 100 planks for now. And we just need to start getting 100 or so coal, and we should be good. Look at that. Look at all that coal we're picking up. It's not quite the full length train that we want, but it's pretty close. I'm pretty sure it's a heavy load here, so we don't want too much. We'll go ahead and let this ride all the way back through all the heavier traffic areas and see what it looks like going through. I am going to speed up time just for brevity's sake. Now, hopefully, eventually, once we get all the lines built, I'll probably do a video of just riding a few of them, because they could be pretty good looking. So you can see there's a train out to our right there, but we have the right of way. We hit this signal first, so they're going to drop in behind us after stopping, hopefully not crashing into us. Nope. Didn't crash into us, that's good. Yeah, it just looks weird with all the signals going through here. There is the lumber mill location. So we're coming up through the heavy populated like cityscape here, which is basically just a whole bunch of empty roads currently, but that's fine. It'll hopefully get filled in. Looks like we're taking the shortest route, which is going through the platform, which is fine. You know, it doesn't really affect speed. They're not going to stop, so it shouldn't really affect traffic either. And then it's going to make its way over to here, and then hopefully peel off and come over to this workstation right up on this little hill. Unload all of this wonderful coal and give us some coal tokens, our first coal tokens. There we go. Since we're here, we'll go ahead and look at extensions that is required for this workshop to function, I guess, optimally. So if we take a look, we just need one more coal token if possible. There we go. So we can get a heating plant for 85 timber. Okay, maybe we can't do that. We can get a furniture workshop though, which will get us some additional timber production out here, which would be nice. I really like these little extensions they have for a lot of these resources. So, you know, we got an extended timber production in there. We can also, can we do anything? We can't really afford a storage building, platform, or anything like that. Coal hopper, iron hopper, you know, the fun stuff here that'll really make some of our industrial stations look a little bit more for cargo only. Let's head over to the forestry, because you can see we're not, you know, we don't have an abundance per se of forest options here. charcoal kiln. And then clearing. We don't really have enough coal options yet for that. How's our coal? Okay, so we have plenty of coal. So basically what that tells me is we need a second train doing that route. So we'll go ahead and do that. Problem is this. So we'll have to kind of fill in the gap with these smaller ones, which is fine. Let's see. Let's add a station. Bop. Add a station. Bop. There we go. So we'll go ahead and start that. Alright. Now we currently have a Comernock all the way to Carlisle. Carlisle? Yeah, if that's how you say it, probably not. So that's kind of our main line here. I'm tempted to just get an offshoot line going up to the north. It's not a really popular area, and these technically are getting full of people. So yeah, we can go ahead and add a train or two on that. So let's get another porter, and we'll go ahead and get a whole bunch of coach cars. There we go, order. So we'll go ahead and add these in order from north to south. And then we will skip one on the way back. Very, very standard as to what we've been doing here. And then I'll go ahead and get another one, and it will start at the other end. Basically to do the opposite. Which is perfectly fine. There we go. Whole lot of traffic introduced by doing this little thing here. Well, you can see this is why you need the diverging things, or converging and diverging areas. You can see because there's a train here across these tracks. It thinks that this is being taken, but it really wasn't. So it's super important to do that. I guess we'll go ahead and split these just to make sure they can kind of keep flowing a little sooner than they have been. There we go. It'll all get straightened out over time, and things will be added and hopefully work out for us. Now I could add converging signals here, which I might. It might help traffic flow a little bit in this area, as you can see how heavy it is. So just like that. Even here. There we go. I think that's a good little setup. In fact, technically I know I go a little crazy with the signals, but it really does matter. Like here's an issue that we're kind of running into as well, is that if a train goes this way, it kind of shuts this line down. So if we do that, it now gives them the option, if there's nothing here, might as well just go this way, let traffic keep flowing north like that, and that's good. I think that's a good idea to do. In fact, you can do very much the same, just like that too. You know, you just want to give your trains as many options to pass and to go around and take alternate routes, so they just don't get bogged down. Yeah, you can see this is getting really busy now. So this might be an area where we look into adding a bridge of some kind, and some type of major connection point to try and help traffic flow. Maybe even up the track count to like 4 through this area rather than a 2 lane. upgrade it to 4, have a couple merging lanes to go out, and then a couple central lanes to keep going straight through here. And that would be probably beneficial. But hey, we're getting coal now. Let's see if we can't afford the new extension. Nope, still can't do that. That's fine. How many planks do we have waiting here? A lot of planks. So I think we need another plank train to go through. So let's go ahead and do that. So engine this. Let's go ahead and carry planks. Orders, add, bop, and bop. Come on. There we go. So yeah, I think we're basically capped out on planks here. So what we might have to do is get a freight station, but we don't have enough. We don't have enough. Never enough here. Let's see. Can we get a restaurant? Nope. Can't get a restaurant either. Darn. Eventually what I want to do is extend these platforms out 2 additional tiles so we can get even longer trains on these. Just because the longer the train, the cooler the train. As always. Oh, good. Collect a reward for coal. So we're 10 coal away from getting our next age, which is good. That means we're on track to get closer to the diesel age. So we are about to. Yep, there it is. So we have 1 sawmill and one log, and we have 1 coal place. We're gonna need another coal place for steel manufacturing once we upgrade this age, which is what we can do right this very moment. So here we go. You ready? The whole landscape's gonna change. It's gonna lag the game for a half second while the game kind of was like, whoa, it's 1937. Here we go. Okay, maybe it didn't. It's much more smooth than the last time. So boom, it's a new age. As you can see, there's a whole lot more options. There are iron ore mines, or workshops here. You can see that they can now make tools. So they are going to take 3 iron to make 1 iron coin. And the way you make iron is you have to take the ore and coal to the foundries. And so everything's going to get a little bit more complicated from this point on. And let's see, I wouldn't mind doing some of the mines more out here. Keep this to be forestry and coal and passengers. There's also mail cars now, so post offices to worry about. Now, you know, some of these stops obviously is not picking up a post office, which is a shame. I kind of wish the post office would be kind of in a better location a lot of the time. But that's fine. Not much we can really do about it. I'm not worried about delivering post, you could say. I have a new sawmill. We have a an iron foundry right here off the main line, but that would just keep this area way too cluttered. So basically, next episode what we'll do is we'll go ahead, extend the line out a little bit, choose a workshop that we want to use iron only. This one's going to be wood and coal only. So it's never going to accept any steel here. It's just gonna stay kind of this isolated place. We'll just pick a new workshop, either up this way or possibly down here to do iron from, and then we have to just think about how to ship iron around. And then we can go ahead and upgrade to a new age. And since we did upgrade to a new age here just now, let's first look at some of the new train options that we have. So we have the Prussian T3 and the 284 Class 65. So this is obviously the best train available to us right now. It's 90 miles an hour. It's definitely, you know, 30 miles an hour faster than the one that we have currently. It can also pull about almost 6 times more weight. The operating cost though isn't money. It's actually coal. So we might need to set up a designated coal route or extend our current coal route next episode as well. So with that, this is it for this episode of Mashinky. As you guys see, it's getting a little bit more complicated, a little bit more difficult and in depth as you go, and I really like this progression with this game. It's in early access. If you guys want, you can support it. Look for it on Steam. With that, you guys can subscribe to my channel for more gaming goodness such as this. You can hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.